interesting things that he would like to discuss. I have some not so interesting things to discuss. But either way, we're going to be here. We're going to be here for an hour. And we thank you so much for joining us. We will see. Done that. All it can be. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Let's get started with some shots. Would you like to go first or second? All right. Let's hear it. You lagged hard there. I have all new internet, so I don't know how I would. Yeah. Oh, nice. I have not. Resurgence? Okay. Nice. So first of all, with your shot, I want to say how weird it is with our school system that we have set up. That like we send our kids 5 days a week, 8 hours a day at their most thought provoking parts of their lives to complete strangers and trust them to educate them and keep them safe. You do not. You can homeschool them. You could educate your children yourself. I don't necessarily think so. I think that there's a lot of ways that you could do it. But I'm just saying that the whole concept behind it, like, because you're not really allowed to even go into schools anymore. Like, as a parent, I I see both sides of it, but like, I don't know. You just get so little contact with these teachers, and like, you see it with coaches and with teachers. I mean, and especially for those first couple years, when kids are learning to read and things like that, like a bad teacher can set your kids back a long ways. So, uh, yeah, maybe you got lucky then. Yeah, I kn- I know I for sure had a couple of bad ones. So just something to think about. That's funny. The one bad teacher that really stands out to me had her doctorate in American English. But then you wonder, because I'm guessing that was a high school teacher. Why do you have your doctorate teaching high school? Yeah. Hmm. All right. So my shot is going to go out to the inventor of electric bikes. They are fantastic. They're so fun to ride, and they've got motors on them, so they can go really fast. So, cheers to you. No idea. Ooh. There you go. Did you see my shirt since you were giving me crap about bears? It's half bear, half deer. It's a beer. And then it says Bear Country USA on it. Mm. Nope. Mhm. Before we get too into this, have you seen? I saw a bunch of TikToks today about Iran is apparently getting ready to like bomb Israel, and like Joe Biden's like, everybody be ready, we're defending Israel. Okay. I don't watch the news, so I didn't see anything on there. I just saw it on TikTok. So, war is on the way. I am. God, I hope so. Yeah. It's always like that. Mm, one item I could not live without. I would say, as I've gotten older, a comfortable bed to sleep in. Like, you would be amazed when you go like sleep in hotels. I don't know how some people do it. Like, I get into a shitty bed for, and maybe you probably travel a lot more than I do and sleep in different beds. But like, I have a nice bed, and when I go sleep elsewhere, my hip and my back, lower back, just get sore, and it's fucking miserable for 3 days. So I couldn't imagine if I was like that all the time. You should get one. Yeah. What? So it smells and other people wear it when they go to take the garbage out? I don't know what you're saying. Oh, you can't live without a good pair of shoes. Gotcha. Yeah. I can see that. Can't live without. Shoot. Yeah, I mean, going without underwear is not that big of a deal. Hmm. Did you say poo bearing? What does that mean? Nope. That's weird. That's real weird. Got to play with those titties. Exactly. Exactly. That's a tricky question because I do believe that there is an afterlife, but I don't know if I necessarily believe that it's like a heaven and a hell. Yeah. I mean, I just don't think that our brains can comprehend what the afterlife is. Like, but I don't think that there's like a hell, like a fiery pit where you're going to be tortured for all of eternity. No. Yeah. Yeah, you're nothing. Yeah. I don't know what that one is. Yeah, I just always find that really hard because it's like everybody's different. Everybody has their own perception of like like my grandparents, for instance. I could want to go up there and be with them, but what if they had like their grandparents who I never met and their heaven is them being there, or them being with their parents and not with me, you know? Yeah. Who knows? Yeah, I don't think that our brains, I think it's something that our brains like another dimension, like not like another like place, but like a fifth dimension or a sixth dimension, like a different state of mind. Like if you've ever heard somebody say, I can hear colors, like I think it's something along those lines. Is it? Hearing colors? Yeah. Who? Gotcha. Yeah, that would make sense because he was deaf, wasn't he? That was a long time ago. All right, I got one for you. Which is gayer? Letting a dude fuck you in the ass for 15 minutes or or being in an intimate non-sexual relationship like meals together, fall asleep holding each other, watch movies together. You do that for 6 months. That one's less gay. That doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me at all. Well, but there's certain levels to companionship that like lines have to be drawn. Like holding hands, like meeting each other's families, like yeah. And there's a lot of people that question you and Gabe. But would you have done the same thing had he wanted to do those things? So which would be gayer? Okay. All right. Just all right. I, yeah, I would have to say getting it up the butt. Like I yeah. I mean, and granted, I have sons and my youngest is just turned 8 and likes to hold hands. So like I walk and hold hands with him all the time. And it used, but like I will say, it used to be something that I kind of thought was like weird, but now like it's not as weird to me anymore. I don't know why. It's a very comforting thing. Yeah, but it's also very comforting. Like I don't know why. Maybe it's just might be the physical contact for me. No, no, not at all. Yeah. Well, and I give my kids hugs and kisses every night before they go to bed. Yeah, yeah. I always find I always find that I don't think it's weird. I think I was what I find weird is you'll hear some of these people like especially like older single guys are like I haven't hugged somebody in 2 years I haven't touched somebody in 2 years. You know, yeah, like, and you wouldn't even think about it, like, especially if you're single and just, if you work in the same office, it's not like you go up and like shake hands if you're not meeting new people, and if you're not going out and doing stuff, like, you know, yeah, yeah. And I'm good with knowing both. Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. Going to the moon. I do. I'm never going to go to the moon. Probably don't. Mm. Well, that was a given for me. I don't have to state it. I don't have to put it out into the world. I don't think I'd willingly. Well, maybe. I don't think I'd willingly go to San Francisco. That's fine. Yeah, I'd say it could be cool as fuck. I'm still not. I have zero interest in going. I don't. I I don't like going to big cities. Like, I don't like that many people around. I don't like dealing with crowds. Like, it blows my mind how the people in New York City live in that day in and day out. Like, people that don't know any different. Like, it's just that's crazy to me. I couldn't do it. Yeah, I could do that. I don't think I'd want to. Yeah, it would be a last resort. I just don't want to like it too much. Says who? Exactly. Exactly. And that might be why they like the people that did it turned into monsters and started killing people and eating them. So they're like, nope, don't do this. You know? Hmm. Well, but like, who's with me? Like, do I get to pick who's there? Well, yeah, I know. I wouldn't want celeb. What? I want Arnold Schwarzenegger there, and I'm going to tell him I'll be back. No, I mean this is I would just be super I mean I'd want my wife and my kids or if I have grandkids at that point and I would just say I'll always love you. That would just be, you know, if I got to choose final words, that would be what it is. I don't even think it's that impactful. 100%. I mean, obviously, I can't speak for what they do or do not know. Um, just from a sheer, I don't know their brain, but I don't think that there is much more that I could do to show them. Mhm. Yeah, showing up. Oh yeah, because I don't know on the other side. Why? Why skirt around it? It's a fun one. Here's one for you. What would your last meal be? I'm familiar with who she is. Um, it would be country fried chicken with mashed potatoes, gravy, corn, and a piece of pecan pie for dessert. Actually, no, it would be apple pie for dessert because I'm allergic as fuck to apples and it'd probably fucking kill me. And I get to at least eat it before I die. I wouldn't know. Yeah, just I want my throat to seal up so you don't even get to kill me, fuckers. No. That sucks. I also think, do you think that like somebody who did horrific things like a serial killer, like the Unabomber, the Oklahoma City bomber. Do you think people like that deserve a last meal? Okay, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, why do we like? I saw Two Bears were talking about like last meals and stuff like that, and part of me is just like, why do we care what these people get for last meals? Like, why are we giving them last meals? They've committed horrendous acts against mankind, and like, yeah, I, I think we as a society are way too lenient on criminals, which is why there is so much rampant crime. Yes. Yeah. But like the major ones, murder, rape, ass- so like on average, it's like 10 to 12 years to get through the appeal process. You're good with that? I like the idea of having several snipers and like they don't know who, they all just pick a bullet. One of them's a live bullet and the rest get blanks. So then nobody ever actually knows who shot. Like, are you? Why are you supposed to feel bad? Nope. That and they were all fucking high as fuck on drugs. That was a lot. Why would it be haunted if they willingly did this? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say how you are is unnormal about it though. Like just because some other people have a different way of looking at it. Like, because I mean, if you're spiritual or believe in God, like your body is just a vessel for your soul. And so if your soul's gone, it's just a body that remains. And it's, there's been a lot of bodies before us, and there's going to be a lot of probably bodies after us. Hmm. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I think death is a lot different. Most people only experience death, though, when they're dealing with it up close and personal with close friends, family, things like that. And that's where it becomes hard. Like for people who deal with it on a more, how do I say this, societal level, like you do, that's where it really changes, But it's just like, I mean, for you, different cars and stuff like that are, really weird. But for, a guy who sells cars, knowing all that stuff and seeing different cars, it's not as exciting. You might go, some people are going to go see a Lamborghini and they're like, oh my God, look at this fucking thing. Da, 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 da. And this guy might just be like, yeah, actually, that's a pretty basic one. Like, that's not even the cool one. That's, and so for him, it's a lot different than what most of society is. And there's a lot of society that has their unique side of things that we all don't realize because we're all just so caught up in our own lives. No, never said it was. Yeah. Right now, my big deal for me is my kids and like raising them and like, I don't know, setting them up to be successful in life and helping them achieve their dreams. I also really like slot machines though too. So, oh, I do it. It's half my TikTok. Like me and my wife went out and we're looking at different machines, and I'm like, she's like, oh, what do we? Or we sat down. And I'm like, all right, this is what we need to do on this one. We want either three of these or we want six of these, and that's going to get us the bonus, and then we can win money. She's like, and then we went to the next machine, and I told her the same thing or what that machine had, and she's like, you watch too many fucking slot machine TikToks, and I'm like, no, I don't. They're fucking awesome. Oh, I fucking hate the Tabasco one. But it's not is as long as he's not out acting on gambling all the time. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. You know what you should tell your dad that I've recently learned? maybe he already does this, but it was something that I've recently learned. When you go in, and I don't want to say I bet high because I don't. Like we usually bet about $5 a spin when we're playing slot machines. Well, but we play like the fancy ones. But anyway, when you're betting $5 a spin, you can pay pennies and it'd be at like the max bet or like a middle top end bet, or you can play 10 cents denoms, 10-cent denominations, which you can change right on the screen and bet on the lower end. You're still playing the same amount of lines, but when you play the 10 cents, the like, you know how they have like the mini, the minor, the major, like the different types of jackpots you can win. The mini usually goes from like $15 to $20 up to 100. So the smallest things that you're hitting just increase and you're still betting the same amount. Oh yeah, craps is I had a lot of fun playing craps. Yeah. Oh yeah. Me too. Me too. I'm trying to find people to go with me. Oh yeah. Oh show. Yeah. Yeah. ACLS. I make sure I have to check people to make sure they have their certs. PALS. BLS. I don't deal with nurses. Oh yeah. That AART. That's a, that's a certification for a lot of imaging, like X-ray techs. You can get a radiology one. There's a MRI one. There's yeah. You don't shock anymore. What do you do? Hmm. Hmm. Well, but you're setting the scenario and like setting things up. So like it's not like you have to know the broad scope of things like they do. Like you're creating a specific scenario with specific like you know. So knowing whether they're right or wrong is whether they. I bet at some point somebody's going to bring you something. And you're going to be like, nope, that's wrong, and then you'll be like, no, it's not, and they're going to fucking like bring a bunch of shit to you, and you're going to be like, fuck, you're not. Yeah. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Well, the guidelines are just because people have found that that's the best practice. That's the hard part is everybody's so different, and just because something works 99 times out of 100 doesn't mean it's always going to work that 100th time. Yeah. My culture? I don't really have one. I mean, technically, you consider us Norwegian. Yeah. So, what's the most American thing? That's the most American thing that I'm the most proud of. Um, the fact that we just whoop everybody's asses, obviously. What's my least favorite thing about Midwest culture? Um, Having to drive everywhere. Dishes? The Reuben? What are you talking about? Oh, okay. I don't even, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to take away your Mexican card. Like your final meal wasn't even a fucking burrito or taco or fucking margarita. Like I don't even know who you are anymore. Like, yeah. And then you made the wrong decision. Like what? How many Mexicans are now carnies? They've taken over the carny market. Like it used to be run by meth heads, and now it's fucking Mexicans. Mhm. I would consider you a white Mexican. You are, but you're still a white Mexican. Why does Mexican get to come first? Why can't you be an American Mexican? I'm asking you. You're the one that stated what you are. I I think it's from Cheech and Chong and from their song. Or were they? I bet. I bet. Mhm. Oh yeah, they're actually really smart dudes. Mhm. It's Chong. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. I like that one. I was I was thinking more like La Bamba. I fuck I absolutely love that movie. Like 100% love that movie. I would watch it all the time when I was a kid. You know, words only have power if you give them to them. Have you seen the one with Kevin Costner where he moves to like Southern California and starts a cross country team with a bunch of Mexicans? It's fucking real good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, we talked about this last week. No, we talked about the ping pong team. That's where it started from. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Retirement. I would like to retire before I die. I don't know. I have worked, I got my first job when I was 12, and I have been working since the time I was 12. So I've been working for 28 years. And I'm barely halfway there. So, yeah. Something I want to do before I die. Um, so you want like my bucket list? Like that's a long list. Hmm. Okay. I definitely don't want to do that. So you want to see either your daughters or your daughter-in-law's hoo-ha. It's it's different when they're giving a baby and they're adults. It is. It is. Um, yeah. Um, I don't know. I don't really have anything on super high on that bucket list. I don't know if I want them to graduate college. What if they're not into anything that I'd like to watch my kids be happy? I'd like to take a trip to Alaska. You know what I always kind of wanted to do? Like, you know, people are like, oh, well, I want to go here, I want to go there. Like, I don't want to go to like specific places. I want to go to like specific events. So, like, I want to go to Ireland on St. Patrick's Day. I want to go. I want to go to Germany during Oktoberfest. You know, like, but then, but it's weird because I want to do that stuff, but then I also super hate big cities and I don't like being around a lot of people. So like, then I'm like, maybe not. Fuck that. So not really. There's nothing that seems that cool about jumping out of a plane, and yeah, I would, but like, it's not like, oh, I need to go kill this fucking shark, or I need to train the rest of my life so I can go kill this shark, or it's like, we, we've got a chatter. Are you from Ireland? Because they said Ireland during St. Patrick's, and they said, yeah, it's just a day that we get off to drink. So do they get the day off? I mean, yeah, if you get the day off, is it? Comparison to what? Well, yeah, everything's a lot cooler than the middle of nowhere, South Dakota. No, nope, I doubt it. I don't know. Never looked into it. So, yeah, it's a long fucking flight. Oh, our chatter says that the U.S. view of any of Ireland, UK is not what you think. Yeah. All right, but we are at time. It is that time to say goodbye. Hasta la vista. Adios. So we thank you all so much for stopping by the Same as a Beer podcast. This was another episode on this wacky Wednesday where we just kind of went over some deep diving topics and some just kind of random stuff for you. So we thank you all so much for stopping by. You can catch episodes after on Twitch and on YouTube. Thomas, any final words? Final words it is. Thank you so much for stopping by, Fluffle Muffin. We appreciate you stopping by. We'll be back next Wednesday. I don't know if I said that right, but we'll be back next Wednesday at the same time. We start an hour before this and do a hour podcast every week. So 1 doodle plus 1 doodle equals 2 doodles.